Tonight, another NBA playoff doubleheader on TNT. In Game 1, the Boston Celtics are trying to sweep Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks right out of the playoffs. And in Game 2, it's a shootout in the Wild West as Utah and Phoenix move to Arizona to gun for a one-game advantage in their series. Beware the Boston Celtics. Larry Bird is back and on a rampage, and the Celtics are championship contenders again. Those familiar Celtics, Bird along with DJ, McHale, and the Chief, are displaying the form that won 3 NBA titles in the 80s. A victory tonight will advance the Celtics to the next round of the playoffs, and one step closer to another June championship celebration. New York is one game away from elimination. For the Knicks, a season that began with so much promise has spiraled out of control and is on the brink of ending in disappointment. Despite Patrick Ewing's season-long brilliance, the parts never seem to mesh, never quite fit together. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden in New York for the third game in the best-of-5 series between the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. This series so far has been all Boston. Oh, the officials are Ed T. Rush, Hugh Hollins, and Wally Rooney. We're underway from New York. New York will get a chance to score first.
Most every game they've started out going into Ewing, probing the defense. Let's see if he can get the ball deep on the block rather than out so far on the floor, Pete. Parrish has done a great job pushing him off the lane.
He tries to work his way inside and do the foul.
See, Parrish has the size advantage over Oakley. He can shoot right over the top of him in the low post.
Robert Parrish gets the Celtics on the board. Mo Cheeks quickly down the other way for 2. Going to be interesting to see what kind of tempo these two teams go at each other over the first couple of minutes. New York tried to run Boston off the court the other day, and it didn't work. Just the opposite happened. There's Larry Bird for 2.
Other than Patrick wants to be on the block, it's really limited his effectiveness in the low post.
Kevin McHale and the Celtics picking right up where they left off.
Quarter of the crowd, we see Ewing again off the lane.
And he had nowhere to go that time. He was boxed in by 3 Celtics, and they come up with a loose ball.
Robert Parrish is going to be all alone here. Ewing did not get up.
And he gets it easy, too. Robert Parrish with 4. The Celtics haven't missed. They are 4-4 from the field. They have an 8-2 lead, and the crowd beginning to ooh and ah like, here we go again, folks. Maurice Cheeks has been the only Knick to score. It's 8-4 Boston. Down for New York. Off to Maurice Cheeks. Vandeweghe along the baseline for 2.
Long defensive player. Let's watch Vandeweghe. Quick first step going to his left very nicely in the dunk. Charles Oakley is a very strong player. He does a nice job in the low post, bumping guys off the block. McHale gets called for the traveling violation. Weather this, then settle into a pace that they want to play.
An open Gerald Wilkins takes a nice feed from Oakley.
They can't depend on Ewing to win this game with big numbers.
Gerald Wilkins comes up short. Ball comes right back to him. He gets 2.
He's got to push Parrish off the block. If he does, he's going to shoot the ball right over the top of him. So that's a good matchup for Boston.
DJ has had a little more offense on his mind in this series.
Again, there's Parrish inside.
And a good move by the Chief gets him his 6th point of the night.
See, if Charles can't get him off the post, Parrish is just too big for him. They're going to have to get him some help defensively, maybe come back with the guard and double team him.
He looks for Patrick, and Patrick obliges. His first 2 of the night.
That's the best low post position he's gotten since I've seen him the whole series.
Larry Bird tries to answer and does. He has 4, and that frantic pace that we were looking for in the early minutes coming up in the middle minutes of this first quarter. Turnover gives it right back to Boston.
That was great help by Bird.
And Parrish couldn't handle his pass. Larry Bird knew that was a bad pass the moment he released it.
Yeah, these are the two important matchups we talked about early. Look at the position now that Robert Parrish gives against Oakley in the lane. Maurice Cheeks has to come back and give help because Robert Parrish at 7 feet can shoot over the top of Charles Oakley. And here's the best position I talked about that Ewing has gotten in the playoffs. Deep below the dotted line, a little 5-foot shot. That's what the Knicks would like to see more of tonight from Patrick Ewing. It's a double team, Parrish on Oakley. If they do, DJ will get a jump shot.
Comes out to him. He takes the jumper from the top of the circle and hits it. By the way, Patrick Ewing's only basket of the quarter came on that good position that you were talking about.
He's missed a couple foul shots and not shooting well. Bird from 3.
And he nails it.
Both Cheeks and Dennis Johnson. That's playoff basketball on the floor.
Patrick Ewing takes the jumper and hits it. His 4th point, only his 2nd field goal. Rebound, his 3rd board of the night. Mo Cheeks accelerates through the lane. Larry Bird blocks it. Gerald Wilkins goes up for the shot and drew the foul. So you can't miss your free throws when you play against Boston. Lewis gets it to go. Reggie Lewis is on the board, and all 5 Celtics starters have now scored.
Close game.
Patrick Ewing draws a crowd, puts the shot up over Klein, and hits it.
He is not concerned about Joe Klein blocking his shot.
The game 3 in that series between the Jazz and the Suns. Skip Perry and Steve Jones will have that one for you from Phoenix. Larry Bird wide open.
Larry Bird is doing a great job coming off the screen.
Points 4 to 5 from the field. Celtics up by 7. Ewing over Klein. He gets it to go. And Patrick Ewing may just be trying to take this thing over all by himself for New York.
Here's Ewing again against Joe Klein. See the position he's getting deep in the lane. Right there, he knows he can catch and shoot right over the top of him, and he does. And he's successful now twice in a row. Go right back to him.
Pretty good ball movement this trip down by the Knicks. Comes out to Patrick. Only 6 seconds left to shoot it, and he's fouled on the way up. Fu Manchu is coming along quite well for the Celtics. Not so some of his teammates. Now New York with a chance to get back to within a point. Gerald Wilkins does. Wilkins has 6. It's a 1-point Boston lead. Dennis Johnson working against Cheeks. Puts the shot up over Mo Cheeks. And Maurice Cheeks will be called for the personal, his first. 2nd team foul against New York. We have a timeout with 2:19 to go.
Well, he's a bad matchup for McHale, so he can take him on the dribble.
As the open jumper for Oakley, and he hits this one. His first 2 points of the night. Celtics in this first quarter. The Knicks have only turned the ball over once. They go to Patrick. It won't fall for him. The tip does, though.
See, that's what Charles Oakley does is damage Johnny Newman. He can beat McHale off the dribble. That time they didn't do it.
Shot blocked by Lewis. Comes out to Patrick. Only 2 seconds left in the shot clock, so he had to launch one. It wouldn't go, and Larry Bird comes down with it. And he finds Kevin McHale, and McHale got fouled by Patrick. That's his first. Newman, 4-3. Wouldn't go. Oakley, the rebound. He got fouled. Well, he has made a difference in this first quarter.
Around the player lot, you notice little things they do.
Larry Bird over Newman. And Larry Bird has got himself into double figures.
We're not even running, right?
Newman had it blocked by Klein. Loose ball picked up by Ewing, trying to beat the clock, and does. Patrick Ewing, 12 first quarter points. We're tied at 28. Bagley will launch one from midcourt. And we have got ourselves a ball game, at least to this point. Quarter number 1 is in the books. The fans are loving it here at the Garden. They're back behind their Knicks. We're tied at 28. That one to fall, Larry Bird there for the rebound, and here come the Celtics trying to break this 28-28 tie. Bagley over to McHale, over Ewing.
Well, McHale
with 5.
When he steps out there and starts making that jump shot, he's awfully tough. I think he's one of the best low post players to ever play the game.
Johnny Newman gets on the board for New York. Lewis got away from his man, puts up the jumper, wouldn't fall. Patrick Ewing the rebound, outlet pass to Newman. Newman through the lane and had the ball tipped away. Looked like Bagley got a hand on that one, knocked it out of bounds. So really came into his own for the Celtics this year. Now McHale. Kevin is double team, and he traveled.
Great double team that time by the Knicks. Good pressure, and Kevin McHale trying to step out of the double team walk.
Turnovers by the Boston Celtics. Patrick Ewing in the paint for 2 more. He has 14 points, and it's a 2-point New York lead.
You know, Patrick's had some criticism here in the media here this week also.
Did you ever think you'd see that this year?
Well, that just goes to show you when, no matter how well you're playing, when things go poorly, everybody's vulnerable. Here's Patrick Ewing with a great move to the middle. But, you know, everybody's talking about, you know, his chance to ring MVP.
Patrick down low again, working on Parrish. Has a chance for a three-point play.
Well, Patrick's having his own way in the post right now, going right, going left. That time he starts to shoot a hook shot or he starts to shoot a fade, and he gets the foul. He just throws it up underneath his arm. Nice spin move there by Patrick Ewing and a smart play to get the continuation.
4 to go in the second quarter.
Good defense that time, good pressure.
Easy 2 for Tucker. Trent Tucker's first 2 of the night. The New York Knicks lead it by 5, their biggest lead of the night, and the pressure defense making a difference right now.
Well, Bagley tried to dribble through it rather than pass it ahead. That time he passed it ahead. Boston beats you with the pass again, not the dribble.
Action now with New York leading at 37-34, 8:15 to go in the first half. Kenny Skywalker over Larry Bird, his first 2 of the night. Well, one big question has already been answered, Doug Collins, and that is how would New York come out and start this ballgame? Finds Newman along the baseline, back to Cheeks to Tucker. Try to get it underneath to Patrick Ewing, and you saw that great anticipation that's such a big part of Larry Bird's game.
Both games is drive the ball to the basket.
Patrick couldn't get it to go. Kenny Walker with a rebound, blocked by McHale. He picks up the loose ball. Celtics in this ballgame, and they can pull back to within 2 here.
Matchup favor Bird there over Trent Tucker in the low post.
He got around him easily. Game 2, that's for sure. Patrick Ewing cannot get it going, though, in the second quarter. Oakley, rebound. That wouldn't go. Rebound batted around, finally pulled away by Reggie Lewis.
Well, Oakley's doing a job on the offensive boards, though.
Parrish is nailed by Walker.
That's a good foul, though. You know, Robert Parrish is a veteran player. Well, Patrick Ewing's getting the ball in his hands every possession.
And he's putting it up every possession. This time they will go to the line. Phoenix contest with Skip and Steve. Jackson, a rather ill-advised shot. Still tied at 40. 3:57 to go in the half. Underneath, Walker. Oh, he got up in the air that time.
That's a great play, and it was created off the dribble.
Last trip down the court. High in the air for the rebound. Mo Cheeks has the shot if he wants it. He did.
Patrick Ewing, a great screen, holding them maybe to an 18 or 20-point quarter, and that's where they're on the pace of doing right now.
DJ. Dennis Johnson with 8 points on the night now. His first 2 of this quarter. The Knicks lead a 2-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the half. Maurice Cheeks through the lane. Dennis Johnson's going to be called for the foul. 157 points. They actually had less shot opportunities. They shot 94 times. The Knicks shot it 100 times.
Oh, a great move by Reggie Lewis that time, taking it to the other side of the basket right now.
Bird backs in against Kiki. Now the fall away jumper over him. With 2 minutes remaining in the half. Ewing over Klein. Patrick Ewing, first we've heard from him in a while. Scored until that time for about 5 minutes. Dennis Johnson wide open, top of the circle.
See, they're not even going to rotate out to play him.
He's picked up 10 first half points. Ewing again will take that jumper. And he hits it again. He has 9 in the quarter. He's working against Johnson to Kenny Walker. He's got McHale on him. Comes out to Gerald Wilkins. He's quicker than Paxson. He got around him, and there's Walker to follow it home. 8 seconds remaining in the half. Bird tried to get it to McHale. Kiki Vandeweghe got a hand on him.
They have 10 seconds now for the last possession.
Johnson took a quick look at that clock. Now launches one. It won't go. Rebound comes out to Mo Cheeks. Let's see if he can get a shot off. He will. If it goes, it's good. It won't go. And the crowd here at Madison Square Garden is happy to this point. The New York Knicks have had a good first half. They lead the Celtics at halftime, 52-48. At Oakley for New York. Lewis takes the first shot, won't go. Rebound comes off to Mo Cheeks. Knicks on the run. Cheeks will stop and fire over Johnson. Kevin McHale puts it up, wouldn't go. Rebound battled for. There's Robert Parrish to put it home. He has 9 points.
To shoot the ball more right-handed jump hooks than he would like to do.
Bird, beautiful pass to McHale. And Kevin McHale now with 9 points.
Freer, they'll find Parrish on the give-go on the screen roll.
McHale will go to the free throw line.
If I'm Stu Jackson right now, I am really watching my team closely, all right? Coming out of this quarter, here's the screen. Nice pick. Ewing shows up. Great pass to McHale. That tells you how fragile everybody's existence is in these playoffs.
There is Oakley. And he gets his 6th point. Has Vandeweghe on him. Finds McHale at baseline fadeaway. Falls for him. Kevin McHale has picked up 6 quick points in this 3rd quarter. Out to Vandeweghe, who was left unguarded, but the jumper won't fall for him. Dennis Johnson the rebound.
I'd like to see Vandeweghe take it to the hoop a little bit more. I think he's settling for that quick outside shot a little bit too much.
If Larry Bird gets that to fall, I was about to say he's a miracle maker again.
Well, go ahead and say it.
Boston on an 8-2 run. They've taken a 58-56 lead. Blocked shot by Parrish. 8 blocked shots tonight by the Celtics. It comes back the other way. Lewis couldn't get it to fall.
There's Larry Bird in the open floor. Now, you know, you say to be a fast break team, you got to be fast. That's not right. You got to run intelligently. Larry Bird that time getting ahead of the field, splitting him with his dribble, and getting in there for the open shot.
Wilkins back out to Oakley.
I do like the timeout Stu Jackson took. I thought that was very important to wake his team up again.
Maurice Cheeks hits the jumper.
Lee Wilkins.
Dennis Johnson couldn't get the jumper to go. Ewing clears. Off to Gerald Wilkins. Vandeweghe only 1 out of 4 from the field. Now he's 2 out of 5, and that's the first jumper he's hit tonight.
It's a boards, so Parrish can help out, which he did on Gerald Wilkins to help force that turnover.
Celtics on the run. Larry Bird. Beautiful pass underneath to Lewis. Reggie Lewis has 8.
Patrick Ewing is sitting down, so they'll both be able to match each other up in crunch time.
A steal by Eddie Lee Wilkins. Look at Parrish come down the court. Dennis Johnson wide open. And he has had a good offensive series. Wilkins dribbles around Eddie Lee. Into Johnny Newman. Puts it up over Bird and hits.
Those are the 2 guys that have to score. Newman, Johnny, and Gerald Wilkins.
64-62. Boston by a couple. Klein with Oakley on him. He'll take the jumper over Oakley and hit it. Joe Klein's first 2 of the night. Games now with 4 points. Cheeks over the screen by Oakley. Wouldn't go. Newman the rebound. Too strong. The tip, though, is good.
If they go to Johnny Newman here off the screen against McHale.
They do. His shot goes. Johnny Newman. 6 points on the night. McHale. Dennis Johnson. Wilkins didn't come over to get him.
You know,
and Dennis Johnson with those open jumpers has really been hurting New York tonight. He must have heard that last comment you made.
That was ugly there.
Newman into the paint. Through the foul.
I like what Johnny Newman is doing here, though.
Klein gets around Oakley for 2 more.
You know, that's a great move, and I watched him before the game. He worked on that for about 20 minutes. That's a nice move by Joe Klein.
Lewis may have gotten away with a walk. Doesn't matter. Celtics turn it over, and Gerald Wilkins fouled by Dennis Johnson as he got to the midcourt line. 70-68 Boston. Into the paint to Gerald Wilkins. Going toward the basket, was fouled by Reggie Lewis. Wilkins gets his own rebound. Oakley battles for it. A chance for a 3-point play for Charles Oakley. New York has the lead.
Well, Charles Oakley's playing a very inspired basketball game. Gerald Wilkins with a miss. He follows up and he misses. And here's Charles Oakley. Great hands by the oak tree. And you're going to see him not much lift, but he's able to finish the shot. Talked to him in halftime about his free throw, getting up on his toes, and he stepped up and made that one. There's the matchup I like right there. Bird in the post against Johnny Newman. Take advantage of his size.
And he hits the jumper.
Right over the top of him. I think that's a good matchup.
Larry Bird with 22 points in the ball game. We're tied at 72. This game has been seesawing back and forth. Eddie Lee Wilkins almost made one of those Larry Bird shots. Away from the ball, a whistle from Hugh Hollins. Going to be on Klein. New York by 4. A minute 40 to go in the 3rd. Lewis trying to find a clear path to the basket. Got fouled. Performance on the boards. Much better performance defensively. Gerald Wilkins worked his way free. He has 5 in the quarter. Larry Bird, wide open.
The master of the half inch. I think that's what Tommy Heinsohn had said one time.
New York leads. Under a minute to go now in the third quarter. Mo Cheeks.
Cheeks was very fortunate. He got away with a hook with his left arm. And that time when he spun, he really locked up Bagley.
Just under 47 seconds remaining in the quarter. And Oakley and Klein not getting along too well right now. And a technical assessed against Joe Klein. Now the Celtics can pull back to within 1 or tie it with a three-pointer. Reggie Lewis. Good move into the lane. He's got a chance for a three-point play. And Joe Klein playing a little cheerleader out there on the court for the Celtics.
This is Reggie Lewis at his best right here. Just a tremendous drive inside. Look at his finish. He actually got pushed in the chest, was fading backwards. And Reggie Lewis is one guy on the Celtics team that can create his own shot.
Gerald Wilkins again. Won't go again. Neither will the tip. Newman follows. That won't go. The tip finally goes for Oakley. Oakley has 9 in the quarter, 13 in the game. Knicks by 2. Launching one is Bagley. Almost. And we have completed 3 quarters here at Madison Square Garden. These fans are behind their ball club. They're hoping to hang on for at least one more game with these Celtics. 81-79 Knicks at the end of the third quarter.
He would rest Parrish, so both of those guys would be stretched fresh to play the last 12 minutes.
They go right to Patrick as he re-enters the game, and he now has 23 points. Patrick Ewing trying to get around Parrish. He got fouled by Robert Parrish, and now he's picked up his 4th foul.
Dennis Johnson for a quick shot coming off the screen.
Kevin McHale, the shot will not count.
Oh, boy, that's a big play. Because that was a 3-point shot. Jimmy Rogers upset because Eddie Rush had the view along the sideline. Hugh Hollins called it from the top. That's a tough call, but important because that was a 3-point shot McHale hit.
17th turnover for the Boston Celtics tonight. Newman hook pass to Ewing. Ewing with 26. Knicks lead it by 7.
This is an important play that Boston had 1 second on the shot clock. We see referee Eddie Rush standing there. The ball is bounced. McHale gets the shot off. It's a 3-pointer, but Hugh Hollins comes from the top and rules the ball was bounced on the sideline. That's what Jimmy Rogers is so upset with, feeling that was not his call. And here's a great drive here by Johnny Newman, forces Parrish to help in the middle. Patrick Ewing on the slam dunk. And right now the Knicks are have things their own way.
Ball picked up by Gerald Wilkins. Another Celtic turnover. They're 18th. Wilkins trying to get Ewing, but McHale got a hand on it and stole it. 79. Knicks by 7. McHale trying to get something going. He drew the foul. They go to him again. And this time he's stripped of the ball by Parrish, and the Celtics are on the run. Reggie Lewis back to Dennis Johnson. They've left him unguarded out there all night, and he's been hitting from out there all night. He has 16.
He's played by McHale. He should be able to run him off the screen and get the shot.
Newman runs along that baseline, got fouled on the way up. New York has gone through a little drought now. They lead at 86-83 with it. Newman is on Bird. Cheeks with a rebound. Knicks on the run. Newman trying to get around Larry Bird. Now gets it underneath to Oakley, and Charles in charge. He'll go to the line.
The shot that time he passed up.
He didn't pass up that one, but he didn't make it either. Tipped by Oakley. The 3rd try by Oakley still won't go. On a loose ball foul. No basket. No basket. Whistle came before the basket.
Effective 83 points is what Boston scored in the 3rd and 4th quarters of the ball game on Game 2 on Saturday. They scored 41 and 42 points for a total of 83. They had 83 here with 5:50 to go.
And they have only scored 6 points in this entire 4th quarter. Larry Bird down on the board just then for the first time in the 4th. He has 26 on the night. 91-85. He got fouled as well. And the Celtics taking a timeout now with 5:50 remaining in the game. 5. Down low to Patrick Ewing, working against Parrish, puts it up and in over Parrish.
That was a tough shot right there. Good defense, and Patrick just made a great shot. Patrick with a great move here across the middle. You can see again that Boston is forcing him to come across the middle on both sides as much as possible. Here's a matchup that I like, is Bird in the low post against Johnny Newman. I think he can shoot right over the top of him.
He does, and nails it.
That's twice they've gone down there to him now. That's 5 points.
Points away. Oakley, nice pass underneath to Wilkins.
Charles is like Magic Johnson on that one. No look, look away.
One second left to shoot it. McHale just did beat the clock. He has 17.
Position, that's money in the bank if he can get it down there.
Couldn't get that one to fall for him. Parrish on his way up was fouled. Newman's going to take it over Parrish. Larry Bird the rebound. Bird length of the court to Parrish. Getting a fingertip on it was Newman. Turns it back over to New York. To Cheeks to Wilkins. Back to Mo Cheeks. Back to Gerald Wilkins. No. Rebound pulled away by Parrish. Oakley.
And that's 5th foul on Ewing unless they call it on Oakley. I think they're going to give it to Oakley.
So last night, game I was at, they were all going over the fence. 2 more points for Patrick Ewing. And he has a chance to make it a 3-point play. He has 30 on the night. And he has ignited this crowd.
Well, this is Robert Parrish's pet move right here. A quick spin, boom. He gives Robert a little bit of his own medicine and a spin and a slam dunk. Now Patrick Ewing's got to get himself composed here and knock this free throw in.
He has not had much success from the line tonight, but that one he makes. Dennis Johnson along that baseline. Loose ball picked up by Wilkins, but we've got Mo Cheeks down the other end of the court. Wilkins can't get it to fall. McHale pulls away the rebound. Cheeks just did get back to his feet. Reggie Lewis shoots it over him and hits it.
Boy, that's a 4-point swing. Another layup, Gerald Wilkins. That's 2 in a row.
Minute mark in the ball game. Newman over McHale.
Oh, man.
Awful shot. It was way off the mark there.
See, that's a tough play right there now, because what's happened is Johnny Newman, instead of trying to drive the ball past McHale, he goes up for a tough shot. McHale with those long arms changed it. And then Oakley over the back, and he fouls out. So that is a very critical possession right there. You lose Oakley and 2 free throws for Bird, who's like the best free throw shooter in the NBA. So if the percentages hold up here, it's going to be a 2-point game now without Charles Oakley for the last 2 minutes.
They get it to Patrick. Ewing operating along the baseline. It was blocked by Parrish.
And then you get a foul on Robert Parrish.
Cheeks finds Ewing. The jump hook goes for Patrick.
Good patient basketball. Well, the first possession, Ewing is pushed off the block by Robert Parrish. He pushes him out on the floor. It's going to force Patrick to put it on the floor. Robert Parrish meets the challenge and blocks the shot. But then the next time down the floor, look at the difference in position. Now look where Patrick Ewing is in the paint. The ball's going to swing to the top. He's 6, 7, 8 feet away from the basket now. Look at the difference in the shot, and he's able to convert. So excellent play and good patience by the Knicks as they take advantage of Patrick Ewing in the low post again.
McHale trying to muscle Ewing out of there like bumping into the Berlin Wall.
How many times have you seen that? Dennis Johnson with a big-time field goal.
Out it comes to Dennis Johnson, who has had the hot touch from out there. One of the few he's missed out there all night. Lewis followed, but he will go to the free throw line.
I think that'll be the 5th foul on Patrick Ewing. There's a 4.7 differential in the clock. He missed that one. That was a brick. Even if he only makes one, if the Boston Celtics get a good stop defensively, they still have 4.7 seconds to win this game. So right now, Boston is in a decent situation, even though they're down. New York realizes that they've got to come down and get a good shot, that Boston still has a chance to win the game. Even if they score, a 3 will tie it.
See the time remaining. I'll keep an eye on the shot clock for you. It's down to 15.
Going to go screen roll with Cheeks and Ewing.
It's down to 10. It's down to 5. Kenny Walker, who hit some big baskets in the second quarter. Boston takes a timeout. 102-99 New York.
See if they run a screen roll and try to step McHale back.
Oh, Bird will take it. It's off the mark. Parrish can't make it go. The New York Knicks will live to see another playoff day. The Celtics now lead the best-of-5 series 2-1, and Game 4 will now take place here at Madison Square Garden on Friday night.